Make sure you put distractions away. And here we go. So what I did is I went ahead and typed this into Y1. Okay. Type this into Y1. I already did that beforehand. Just make sure you don't miss any zeros, you don't miss any decimals. It's x squared, not just x. You use, guys, one last time. I'm going to zoom out here. Do not use this negative again. The only time you use it is for the very first leading coefficient, and then everything else is plus or minus, okay? Or else it will be a completely different graph. If you go negative, you're actually multiplying everything. So if you were to go negative 10 back here, it'll multiply all of this by negative 10, and actually not all of it, just the term in front of it, but it's a different graph, okay? So I've entered it, you should do the same. And then let's go ahead and graph it. So I'll press graph. This is a standard, I'm going to try standard zoom standard, or just press zoom and then 6. That's what I see, not good, right? And so this is where I want you to be able to look at this and realize that this first value here is a, that's the leading coefficient in front of x squared. So because a is positive, I know that the graph is going to do this. Because the value of a, right, is between 0 and 1, I know this is going to be a wider curve, right? It's going to open up. It's like a bowl, a shallow bowl, right? So we know it's going to be wide. Why is this important? When you're trying to adjust your window, knowing how it's going to behave, it's going to help you find a window that works for you. That's basically the main reason. So if this is a very, like a number between 0 and 1, you're going to probably chase it on the, you will have to chase it sideways quite a bit. If this had been greater than 1, so 2, 3, 4, 50, something like that, it's going to be a very narrow curve. So you're going to have to chase up or down a bit more, if that makes sense. So this is my standard window. I'm going to try to not use zoom fit. I will also ask you, try to avoid zoom fit, because zoom fit doesn't do a very good job. It's there. If you need to use it, use it. But I'm going to just change my window. I'm going to change my X max, which governs this side. I'm going to just try something. I'm going to try 50. And there I see the leg coming up. So that is good. I see both x-intercepts. Now I need to chase the curve down here because I want to see the vertex. So I'm going to go window. You're going to change the y's, right? Up and down is your y's. And y min is the one I need to change. I'm going to go negative 50. And that is all you need to see, okay? And so I'm going to leave it at that. So all I've done here is I've used the window features. I did not use zoom fit. If you did use zoom fit, most likely it worked for you. Maybe you had to make a few changes to make it look better, because we're interested, guys, we're interested in the intercepts and like the y-intercept and the x-intercepts, as well as the vertex. That's what we're really interested in. Everything else, sure, it doesn't hurt, but this is the part that I'm really interested in, okay? So let's go and find things. Y-intercept. You can use your calculator, or you can just, this is in general form, okay? So I'm going to just say it's 0, negative 10. If you use the calculator, it would be second trace value, x is equal to 0, y is equal to negative 10. Like, that's actually what you should have come up with anyways. But this is the coordinate of the y-intercept. Then we find the vertex. I'm going to go second trace. In this case, it's the minimum. You can go min or minimum. It's up to you. So I'm going to go second trace minimum. You know the vertex is somewhere here, so you're just going to make sure you go way to the left of it, enter. Then you go way to the right of it, press enter. So see these lines here? You're telling the calculator somewhere in between these two lines. When it says guess, hit enter, and it will find it. And we know it's 2125, 2 decimals, negative 28.06. There you go. Oh, sorry. Wrong cell. I know, I caught it. I'm going to leave that the brackets because I'm going to need it anyways. For x-intercepts, I will somewhere say that I let y2 or one of the other y's equal to 0, and then I'm going to find the intersection between those lines. So I'm going to go y2 is equal to 0, graph. This is the first intersection, so second trace intersect. You go a bit closer to that one. That's good enough right there, see? Just be a bit closer to the one you want to find, and I hit enter 3 times. Enter, enter, and enter one more time, and it finds it. So it's negative 5.24. And we expect it to be 0. Guys, if this is oftentimes, you might get a number, but you will see like an e to the negative something. If it's an x-intercept, it should be 0, right? And next, second trace 5, go find the other one. So now you have to travel a little bit more. Travel until you get closer to the other one, because it's going to default to the closest one, right? That's good enough. Enter, enter, enter. And there you have it. It's 47.74, and that's 0. Okay? So that is your x-intercept. So I give you 1 mark for each coordinate. If the keystrokes are missing, you will see on your quizzes, ACs or whatever, I will go K, so it's a half mark deduction for keystrokes missing. So keystrokes. It's basically showing your work, guys. You're not doing algebra, so just tell me from now on, tell me what you're pressing if you use the calculator. And this is the shortest way to do it. If you want to tell me like more steps, that is fine. More is better. And so there you go. Okay, so now that we have these very important points, we can go ahead and graph this. And this will look different from one student to the next. How about this? I'll just write them down here. So the y-intercept, just to reiterate, is 0, negative 10. The x-intercepts, negative 5.240, as well as 47.74, and the vertex is 2125, negative 2806. Okay, so that's going to help me graph. So the first thing is arrowheads on your axes, you go X and Y. Okay, that's part of your labeling. So now you need to figure out, guys, the x-intercepts are going to help me figure out what my x scale is. So let's try something. If this is negative 5, right, if you go up by 5, so you're going to be in trouble because it's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're going to run out of space, okay, because the 47 needs to fit in here. So I'm going to go by 10s. So if this is 10, I go 10 this way, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That works for me. So I'm going to go negative 10 here, and this is going to be 10, 20. Just make sure it's a consistent gap, right? You need to make sure of that, and I provide you with a grid so you don't have to guess. Okay, so you show me that you're going up consistently by the same amount along the x-axis, and I will plot them. Negative 5.24 is about right. It's here. Okay, close enough is good enough. If it's a decimal, we're not going to split it, right? We're not going to split hair. There's 1, and then 47. This would be 45, so 47 is somewhere in there. So that's one x-intercept, that's another x-intercept. You do your y-intercept. Can we do the same here? We could probably go up by the same amount. So I'll do this. This is negative 10, negative 20. This is 10, 20, 30, So 0, 0, negative 10 is right here, and the vertex is at 21, negative 28. So sorry, should have labeled one more. 21 is right there, negative 28 is right about there. So that's my vertex right there. Students ask me all the time, do I need to label the points right on here? And the answer is no, especially if you show us the work on the side, right? So you go to your vertex, you kind of curve and make sure it keeps going out. It shouldn't go straight up here. Then you go to this side, and then you go through your y-intercept, through the x-intercept, and make it look symmetrical as much as possible. And then your equation. So the province says to either label your axes and the curve, or to have a title for your graph. And I don't really want to have to do a title, especially here. We don't really have to. We're not comparing, other than x and y, we're not comparing time and height or anything like that. So you can't say the height of the ball over time. You can't really say that in this case. So I would just label axes and label my curve. That is going to give you 3 marks. So again, I'm looking for scale, I'm looking for labels, and I'm looking for the shape. That is, are the points where they should be going. So usually what I do is if you miss one label, you lose half a mark on your labeling, because everything is worth 1. Most of the time, that's how I'm going to mark these. Not always. Sometimes they're worth 2 marks. But so scale, if I see you going up by 5 on the left side here, but all of a sudden you go up by 10s here, that's a -1. Okay, you need to make sure you get that right. And arrowheads and all of that, those are all things that you need to include. Okay, so we have what? 7 marks for this page. So at the bottom, just go out of 7. And then we'll do the back side. So this is now, without using your calculator, just looking at the graph, do you know what I'm talking about when I say, what are the coordinates of the vertex? It's right here. So all you need to do is, okay, just state it. You just state it, right? That's the one. Okay. Coordinates of the x-intercepts. So this should be negative 35.450, as well as this one here, negative 7.050. Okay, so you've got that. The coordinates of the y-intercept is right here, 0, negative 10. What would the sign of AB for this graph? It's pointing down, so A is negative, right? We expect A to be negative. How many x-intercepts can a quadratic function have? Be specific. I didn't talk about this in detail yet. We'll do that today, but it's 0, 1, or 2. A quadratic can have 0, 1, or 2. So if you got this one wrong, don't take any marks off today. Okay? We're just going to ignore it if you got this wrong. What's the degree of this quadratic? Degree is 2. Okay. And all quadratics have a degree of 2. So if we don't count this one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 marks for the back side, 7 for the front. So that's a total of 12. Okay, so make this out of 12, please. Yeah. Just put an R and circle it, and you only lose